Now. This ain't a normal Sonic Coin gameplay video. No, it actually is Sonic 1 Brother Trouble CPZ.bin, also known as Revision 21. Now today I literally got an email from Marky after saying it like 5 times, that if I am permitted to let this build be shared. And Marky said yes. He said that I can keep the link active, which means that you can download this build anytime you want. Sound preferences. And also, we have a main menu that actually looks like the final version. We have no miscellaneous options yet. VDP graphical test literally doesn't exist either. It will eventually become replaced with the museum, which is unfinished. And then we got sound preferences. Volume control and speaker test don't exist, but piano roll sound test exists. But it's just to choose the song you want to play, which is a bit interesting. Now there's a 2-player main mode. Chaotix mode doesn't exist yet, but the boss attack does. No tips, no music here, but, well, you got the objective. Now, since this mode was mainly intended for 2 players, because it's 2-player main mode, well, in that case, I'll swap between controller ports through touchscreen because I don't have a controller, but I do have a Blue Shock, which is just a blue DualShock 4. But yeah, well, let's just start up and test it. And also, this actually looks like what will this also this is based on, well, the Emerald Island Quest. Now, unlike the Layer 2 version, sorry for that cut off there, but well, unlike the Layer 2 versions, well, Sonic Mechanic sprites are actually not broken here, and you can actually enjoy the game the way it's supposed to be. Now, hold on a second. Yeah, I'm back anyways. So, since this mode was mainly intended for 2 players, mapped port for controllers 1 and 2, swapped. Seriously. Alright, so one more time, and let's not be stupid here. I will keep swapping between controls because I don't have a Blue Shock to assist me here, or a friend. Just to show how this works. Now that's all it contains. Now let's go for the 1-player adventure mode. Yeah, don't ask why the zone I got to is the 5th one. It says simply zone. But anyways, let's go. Also, you can actually save and load your game, which means that this game has a saving feature starting in this build. Now, I'm gonna go no save. So, Sonic, welcome to Emerald Island. The status bar exists here. At that point, I'm moving this. This is the status bar. It will bring up important info that you need to know. Things such as your gameplay. There, are you happy with something? We'll also be staying up here. S1 Bro Trophy Race. Sonic Retro. Yeah, this link. Just slow down the video in case you just want to know what it says. Sonic Ring Network? Not yet. Well, I'm sitting right here, so... Well, don't just stand there. Get going! Well, sometimes the get going text ends up freezing on when it's visible. But anyways, Act 1. The HUD, this title card HUD would not be updated until the combi rebuild. Now the boxes for showing which item you have are removed. You still have the lightiness of the HUD not present. And now Sonic has his dust for his spin dash. Yay! It actually turns out that Rank's wall climbing wouldn't be starring in the final build. It actually started since this build. Well, for publicity. Well, we were there. Now, Emerald Island Act 1 in this build. Well, this build was only released once, and well, it was only through the Sonic Retro forums. It was never. Marky Jester did not allow this ROM to be put on the wiki page at all. And then, after I emailed Marky about wanting to play this build, originally, the first email I sent was that he answered that, well, basically, he thought I was referring to 0.5, but turns out I was actually referring to this exclusive build, which is cpc.bin, also known as revision 25. I mean 21. But also, most of this level, but also only a quarter of the level has been completed. The level design had to get reset in this build, which means that you will only be able to notice mostly a straight line. Now, however, Act 2 and 3 are also still unfinished in this build. So they're both just straight lines. But however, the reason for these straight lines are actually just to prevent the player from dying. That's basically it. But in the meantime, we also have the new music added when you clear a level. Now these special stages exist, and there's also some text for when you get to go in one. Well, Act 3, I was allowed to preserve this version of the game, because Marky said I was allowed to preserve it. So let's basically show what is contained in this build. I'm a bit sick right now, so I'm sorry. Acts 2 and 3 are straight lines titled Boss Attack. Good luck. And now the boss act. It exists. And now Eggman has a new power. And now his glasses are black. Who knows why? These Eggman's glasses will eventually get changed for the combi build. You literally have to blind. Oh, boss attack! Try again. The original S1 music for this boss is actually pretty much intentional, and is not replaced, even with final build. Pretty much because this is the first boss. You probably know it by now. Now this is the boss that I think is near impossible to complete, probably due to the fact that you literally nearly can't beat this fight. Also, these larger bullets have now been changing their palette, meaning that they won't flash in an odd way. And it is indeed possible to beat this fight. Just need to make sure these little things are not in a position that you know will definitely kill you in game. Alright, there we go. Now this capsule is no longer out of the screen. Sonic gets past. There's no Sonic has defeated the boss text, even in the final version. Welcome to Emerald Island. We're in Cathedral Palace game. Now, Act 1 is, this build is the reason why people won. Now, this level was the reason why people wanted to try this build. Because it's the last one with the layout seen on Marky's YouTube. And also, well, the one with the fish boss attack. Kinda. Now, here we are in Act 1. It exists. And well, unlike the fall version, this level design actually appears to be something different. There are a few differences. No, hold on. Oh. Now you see some bandits here? That shows that something is different. Bouncing doors! And we have a... Whoa! So it turns out that this build has a finished Act 1. Yes, Act 1 is finished in this build. It went unfinished. It went blank in the combi build. And a bit of it is present in the final build, but remained unfinished. Yeah, hold on. I'm back, let's continue. Basically, my dogs are doing things. I literally died that way. That's hilarious. Now, however, the Sonic Team Presents screen isn't Dr. X Insanity in this build, or even Marky Justice's name. Well, username in this build. And the person presents text will eventually get deleted in the copyright build. Now still, unlike the Conjuring and final builds, this level is actually finished. Which means that you'll be able to experience the level design that this build will originally be. It's not, however, Act 2 is just, basically a door test. Basically, Act 2 is meant to test the doors to see if they work, meaning that it is mostly a straight line. Meanwhile, for Act 3, you basically just die. Unless you use debug mode, in which case you're able to beat the level. Just activate peel out or jump dash, whatever. And then you can basically progress through the game smoothly. But unfortunately, that's unfortunately all that was. But unfortunately, actually, never mind. I didn't even. You're supposed to press C once for level select and twice for debug mode. Now, here's what Act 3 is like. Still, only Act 1 was finished. Act 2 and 3 basically aren't even finished. Now there's something else. Secret Ocean. It exists, still heavily unfinished. Only one tile was added, with the rest of the assets literally being placeholders. And I somehow managed to get glitched sprites here for some reason. But in the meantime, that was all that was done. Now, Spring Yard Zone, Starlight Zone, and Scrap Brain Zone still have their original names, but they haven't gotten any progress yet and are instead placeholder zones. Yeah, you basically can't complete these levels. Which means that you're going a straight line forever. Because the level basically doesn't exist. You might guess these. Oh, wait, actually. No, it turns out, unlike the Combi Ring and File builds, these signposts exist. Meaning that you're able to complete these levels. But well, in the meantime, that's it. I've hit the 16-minute time limit, whatever. Yeah, see ya for the Combi Ring build.